Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. Tune in for a vibrant mix of fashion, finance, and life's essential foundations. Join us for expert interviews, insightful discussions, and empowering insights to elevate your lifestyle. From fashion trends to financial tips and personal growth strategies, we've got you covered. So grab your headphones and get ready to be inspired. Tune in now to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show and embark on this exciting journey with us.
Welcome everyone here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, and we are live on KCAA Radio Network, and we are covering over 5 million households here in the greater Los Angeles. You can find us on your favorite streaming channels, and we are also available on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Android app. You just need to subscribe to Building Solid Foundations. I'm your host, Marie Antoinette Wade, and I am excited to be here today with you. We're here every Sunday at 3 o'clock p.m., so make sure you mark your calendar with our show. And today, I've got an amazing guest for you. And he's been my connection for many years, and he's an incredible business professional that I know. I mean, he is a business leader in the community, and he has brought a lot of people together for networking, for, just really learning everything about business. And not only that, he also has a company that helps the foster care for foster kids, in terms of educating them. So I want to introduce you to Manny Lopez, who is the one that helps create and enhance speakers, coaches, authors, and consultants with strategic PR opportunities and dynamic systems of automation. He is a husband and a father of 3. He devotes his time to creating a lifestyle of being too blessed to be stressed while creating opportunities for the network of over 30,000 business professionals worldwide. So that is an incredible resume. So let's go ahead and welcome Manny Lopez. Hi, Manny.
Excited to be here. Let's get this party started, Marie.
Yeah. So Manny, oh my gosh, you have done so many things in life. And so I wanted to really start from the beginning with you because I'm really curious about your background. So
Sure.
Can you tell us how it all began with you? I mean, I know you have a family and everything, but in terms of the business, how did it all start?
So I guess the itch to entrepreneurship started way back in like 2009. I was 2 years in to working at this company where my whole goal was advancement. Wanted to be a manager. Never got to be a manager any job that I had. And I had this mentor at the time. His name is Gail. And he was a manager. He was already where I wanted to be. So I wanted to learn from him and follow in his footsteps to getting to where he was at. And he took me under his wing, and we worked together for years on trying to accomplish that goal. And there came a time where that goal was right within reach. And it was kind of pulled out of the rug for me, and I didn't get that opportunity. I was very discouraged. He sits me down and he tells me something that completely just changed my life. He says, Manny, you need to stop waiting for permission to build someone else's dream. It's time to build your own. And he said, you should be an entrepreneur. You should be a CEO of your own company. And I'm like, what are you talking about, Gail? They won't even let me be a manager here, but I'm supposed to be able to run my own company. Like, what are you talking about? And he shows me this video of this motivational speaker. Might have known him. His name is Les Brown.
Oh yeah, we
Shows
know
me this
him.
video. Yeah. He shows me this video of Les Brown speaking at the Georgia Dome to like 80,000 people. And I'm thinking he's just trying to motivate me to get excited about this idea. And I'm like, Gail, I don't need another motivational video, right? I'm not really feeling in that kind of mode right now. He goes, no. I want you to see this guy as an example. Because I always told him, coming from foster care and having challenges in school and all these things that I always used as my crutch to why I couldn't be successful. He goes, look at this guy. He was a foster kid just like you. He was adopted like you, had challenges in school just like you. But look at him. He's out there building his own dream, inspiring millions to go build their own. And at that point, it was like a light bulb moment where I'm like, maybe it is possible for me. And 2 years later, I ended up building my own dream. I started my own company and became an entrepreneur and started bringing other mentors around me that I could learn from. And, kind of the rest is history. That was my big spark where I decided, you know what? It is possible for me to go build my own dream.
That is amazing. Now, you mentioned you were a foster kid. I don't want to go in depth on that, but what can you just share, like the high level part of that experience with you?
Well, I mean, I was left in a car at around 18 months old, and me and my sister ended up in foster care for many years. We ended up being adopted, went back into foster care in my teens for a very short stint, but it was a big thing for me because it really decided and defined my purpose,
Okay.
right? Nowadays, I have this program called From Orphan to CEO where we teach kids in foster care how to find mentors, how to start their own business, kind of trying to duplicate what happened with me and Les Brown. If I could show other kids in foster care that it is possible to build your own dream and you're not forgotten, right? That's a big component of everything I do today, right? If I speak at an event, I want to mention that. If I'm interviewed on a show, I want to mention that. I want to talk to kids that are in foster care because 2 out of 3 of these kids that age out, meaning they don't get adopted, within just 1 year are either dead, homeless, or in jail. I want to fix that problem. And that's why my program is really geared to speak to those kids.
Okay. And how many kids do you have right now that is involved with your company?
Well, in my school, we've got over 38,000 global users. Now, I don't know how many of them are in foster care, aged out, but our whole focus is to speak to those kids. And I've got my own show around that. I've created a different idea around the platform. I even did a TEDx talk about the concept where we took this idea of saying, what if we used gamification, where
Mhm.
it's rewarding them and combine that with education. The idea came from my kid who plays this game called Fortnite, and they earn these things called V-Bucks in the game just by playing the game. And I said, what if we took that same concept and idea and combine that with education around mentorship and entrepreneurship, where these students can learn from people who are active in the industries they teach, right? Everything that I've learned as an entrepreneur has been from somebody that's an active entrepreneur. They've walked the walk, they've gone down that road and accomplished the things that I've wanted to accomplish. And we said, why not take that same idea and put that into some type of school, which is what I ended up creating. It's completely free to our students. We're active in over 80 countries, and we've now served over 38,000 students globally.
Wow. Now, do you connect with the foster facilities where, they are able to access your program?
Well, that's the hard part. That's what I figured out when I first decided to go on this journey back in 2017 was,
Mhm.
hey, it should be pretty easy to just reach out to the foster care agencies and they're just going to provide the students directly to our platform. But there's that barrier of saying, hey, you can't just reach to these kids directly. So a lot of what we do is we find nonprofits that are already serving these industries and these kids and say, hey, here's a resource that you guys can access. I've even gone to reach out to schools as well. One of the events that I put on, we bust in kids from a local school to say, hey, come experience what we're putting together. And I would host events in like places like Antelope Valley, which is the #1 hotbed for kids in foster care. So a lot of it is finding nonprofits that are already serving these students and these kids and saying, hey, here's a resource you guys can access completely free to them. They can even earn scholarships and even get funding to go into certain industries where I have companies that will say, hey, we'll put these kids through school. We'll finance, their education to get them into these industries. So a lot of it is finding partners and organizations that are already serving these kids and showing them the resources that we have.
Okay. Are those kids, did they try to reach out to you or see you in person?
Yeah, a lot of them. I mean, we've had a lot of our students that we've even interviewed at our events and said, "Hey, here's an example. Here's their story. Here's their journey." And I've even mentored these kids personally. So The process is pretty simple. Like at our school, they can stay completely anonymous because we found out that a lot of these kids come from like sex trafficking, right? 60% of the sex trafficking victims in the United States come from foster care. So there's a huge component into that where these kids don't want to have their names out there. So we don't market to these kids. We don't reach out to them directly. We allow them to stay anonymous. And then we just give them access to say, hey, if you want to reach out to any of these contributors, here's how to do that. So they can have access to our events. They can come out to us and meet us in person. They can reach out to us via email and phone, but we don't reach out to them. So it's a way where it's kind of like an online library. Say, hey guys, you can access all of these resources, all of this education completely free to you. And if you want access to get more help or mentorship, here's how to do that.
Okay. Was there any situation where a student actually gave a testimony in regards to how it benefited them?
Oh, yes. One of my favorite ones is a guy by the name of Fernie, and I'm still connected with him online as well. He came out to one of our events as a photographer, and he just kind of donates his time. He just loves the industry. And as he was doing photography at one of our events, he kind of heard the concept of what we're putting together. He's like, man, I would love to be one of the students in this. So I took him under my wing, and he wanted to be a speaker. He's like, I've always wanted to share my story. And through our network, within 2 months, we got him paid gigs as a photographer. We got him a paid speaking opportunity. His whole family was flown out across the country to go speak at this event. So he was just checking off boxes that for years, he would pay people to mentor and coach him. And he's like, you're providing all of this and I didn't have to pay you a thing to do this? Like, it was mind-blowing to him. And he made it a video testimonial. Then we've had some students that have, been in kind of the entertainment industry, wanted to go and do music. And we were able to get them connected to Grammy award-winning and nominated artists for them to work under. So it's access, right? We already have a large network of entrepreneurs and people in the entertainment space, and we just make connections, right? It's not that difficult to open up doors of opportunity when these kids are hungry to go after it.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, Manny, that is an incredible story. So we're going to go take a commercial break and we'll be right back. Don't go away, you guys. Stay with us and we will be back with Manny Lopez.
Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Radio Broadcasting Network. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Connect, and Building Solid Foundation.